What up, YouTube fam? It's April G Showers back at y'all with another reaction. So, a few nights ago, I went live, and I was live for a really long time. Really long time. We had fun, though. We had fun. We played a game called Guess That Song, and we played 2 rounds of it. And my girl, LKC, won both rounds, but before we did that, I I think I played something, and I said, I bet none of y'all know this song, and if anybody can guess the artist and the title, both, I'll let you pick a reaction of your request, of your choice. So, Steve Bo 30, one of my day one subs. Appreciate him so much. He watches all my videos, comments on all my videos, almost all of them. Not every single one, but almost all. And I appreciate his support dearly. But he got the artist and the title. I believe it was Corn Shoots and Ladders, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, because literally, yeah, I was live for like a really long time. But anyway, he requested this. It's called Jared's Song by Sage. Never heard of Sage. Never heard this song. So I'm always excited to hear new music. This is the only one that I could find on YouTube. So I hope it's the right one. Alright, y'all. April G Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it. Jared's Song. Sage. Ooh, I like that beat.
Psycho.
It was the day, 8 years ago to the day that we met. A couple of kids trying to find our way in the next big step in our lives. Leaving behind high school and trying to reckon with life what the heck it'd be like in college simultaneously. Crazy to think, but amazing to meet everyone on the day that I'd see. For the first time, this shy little guy practically writhing inside as he says hi, trying to hide but shining a light that everyone would grow to adore. A soul that was pure love, gentle and kind like no one before, and so full of more talent than you would ever admit, and the cleverest wit ever of which you would pour all into whatever you did. And never would anyone get any less than every little bit of love you were capable of at all times. And looking back at it, always hiding the small signs. Will you be there when I call your name?
Looking back on it, always hiding the small signs. I wonder what he's talking about.
And the small signs. Will you be there when I call your name? Will you walk me through the darkness I roam? And if I get lost, will you call my name? Will you make sure I'm not alone? 4 years, 24 of us together, and you were the only one everyone knew was capable of being nothing but selfless. To your health was something we all began to worry about, cause you felt this burden upon yourself, responsibility for everyone else's wellness. And the day you tell this to my face, I failed just to relay the danger of leaving yourself helpless. But oh well, this life goes on, right? We graduated and hadn't made it this far to sit back and wait. But as the days and weeks slowly became months and years, what once appeared hopeful would rust, and fears of the future crept in. But we'd kept in touch, you were in the same place. True, you never left it much, but we had each other to lean on when the darkness came. I just didn't realize our darkness was not the same. Will you be there?
We had each other to lean on when the darkness came, but I just didn't realize our darkness wasn't the same. Wow, my darkness ain't the same as your darkness. And that is, yo, that's deep. That's a quote. Steve-O, you know I'm a writer, and I love language. I love words, lyrics, grammar, all that good stuff, spelling, all that. my darkness is not the same as your darkness. That is so true, because that's true. Because my darkness is different than your darkness. You know what I'm saying? What I consider as darkness is could be completely different than what someone else considers as darkness. I like that a lot.
I just didn't realize our darkness was not the same. Will you be there when I call your name? Will you walk me through the darkness I roam? And if I get lost, will you call my name? Will you make sure I'm not alone? It was today, a month ago to the day that we had lunch together, much like every other way we lately relax and see a movie or just talk about life. You walked and I gave you a hug, and then off to the right of the restaurant. It was like an hour we sat, reminiscing together and chatting about what we had going on in our lives. But I thought it was light, somehow it felt like you really didn't want to talk about life. Like there was really nothing you wanted to talk about, but just wanted to be there. And later as we're walking out, you gave me a big hug right there as we stood, then looked me in my eye and thanked me for being a good friend. I said, of course, man, and hey, you know that I'm always here if you want to talk. You said, thanks, I know. And suddenly I felt a ton of things I was called to say, but instead I let you turn around and just walk away.
Yo, how many of us do that? You feel led to say something to someone, but then you ignore that instinct, that feeling, that conviction within your spirit. You ignore it, and you, you don't say it. I try not to do that. I usually, not always, but I usually, if I'm led to say something to someone and like I feel it deeply in my spirit, I say it. Just like Easter Sunday, this past Sunday, for example, I felt it deep in my spirit to play that song for my little brother. And so I did. I didn't ignore it. You know what I mean? And two, you always want to say what you are led to say and feel you need to say or should say to the people you care about in your life, because you never know. Like, it could be the last time you talk to them, and then you will forever regret not saying it. And 9 times out of 10, I'd say 99% of the time, the thing that holds us back is fear. Fear. Fear is the greatest hindrance of success. Fear is the greatest hindrance of just about anything in life, man. Like, for real, for real. We can't let fear rule our actions. Now, having healthy fear is good. Like, one of my fears, for instance, is my son becoming an addict. Just simply because I was an addict. I'll be clean 9 years in August. He was 3 when I got clean, so he don't remember, anything like that or anything. But still, it's one of my biggest fears. I have a fear of my son getting hurt at school, of like school shootings or whatever, because I was in a school shooting. Those are healthy fears. But like, my fear of the whole school shooting thing used to be so much so that it consumed me, and like, I almost didn't put my son in public school because of it. But I worked all 12 steps of NA with a sponsor. I prayed. I wrote a lot, and came to the decision that it would not be fair to my son to deny him that experience of public school simply out of fear, and then to then instill that same fear into him. I just I didn't think that would be right, even though every day he goes to school, which of course he's not going right now because schools are shut down, but every day he goes to school, I'm terrified. I'm terrified. It terrifies me. Terrifies me. But I can't let that consume me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm sorry.
You be there when I call your name. Will you walk me through the darkness I roam? And if I get lost, will you call my name? Will you make sure I'm not alone? It was today, a week ago to the day that you left. And honestly, I don't know what to say, cause in death you've taken a part of my life with you. Cause there were quite a few who loved you dearly, but I was who was able to see what you needed and didn't do it. Could've taken the lead to help getting you into a position to turn your life around. Cause I know the kind of bout you've been fighting is similar to the road.
What did I just say? What did I just say? And Steve-O, when you first requested this, I told you, I was like, I don't want to do no sad song. And you said, oh, it ain't sad. You lied, bruh. You lied to me, bruh. So see, that last verse, he said, there's so much I wanted to say, but I didn't. Instead, I let you turn around and walk away. And then right here, it's like it was today, a week ago, to the day that you left. And honestly, I don't know what to say, because in death, you've taken a part of my life with you. And he says, there were quite a few who loved you dearly, but I was who was able to see what you needed and didn't do it. I could have taken the lead to help getting you into a position to turn your life around, because I know the kind of bout you've been fighting is similar to the road I've been down. So I don't know if it's that the person died of a drug overdose. Well, it's Jared, so that would be a guy. I don't know if Jared died of a drug overdose or suicide, but it has to be one of the two. I'm sure. I don't know. It could be a terminal disease like cancer, because at the beginning, I think somewhere in there he said about he was getting sick or something like that.
A few who loved you dearly, but I don't know what to say, cause in death you've the day that you left. Today, a week ago to the day that you left. And honestly, I don't know what to say, cause in death you've taken a part of.
But that's what I said a while ago. You always want to say what you feel led to say to the people you care about, because it could be the last time you ever see them again. And then he's confirming it.
My life with you, cause there were quite a few who loved you dearly, but I was who was able to see what you needed and didn't do it. Could've taken the lead to help getting you into a position to turn your life around, cause I know the kind of bout you've been fighting is similar to the road I've been down. But I waited for you to ask for help, cause we made a pact to tell each other fast when hell was closing in on us. But honestly, you probably felt too far gone, and now it's too late and there's people it's falling hard on. And I'ma have to carry the weight of my share of the blame for that every day for the rest of my life. And Jared, I pray that I never make that mistake again. I love you, I hope you're finally resting inside.
I waited for you to ask for help. I'm guessing addiction. If I had to guess, it would be addiction. Uh, I do want to say, if this song is a true story, or if it's not, just in general, I'll say it in general. Those of you who have lost loved ones to addiction, alcoholism, or suicide, it is not in no way, shape, or form your fault. And like in this song, in the case of Jared, Jared didn't reach out for help. And even if you would have like stepped in and tried to help him when he didn't want or ask for help, chances are it wouldn't have mattered. as a recovering addict myself, I I've been in recovery. It'll be 9 years. 8 August the 8th. It'll be 9 years since I got clean. Okay, and with addicts slash alcoholics, to me it's the same thing because alcohol is a drug. But with that, the person themselves has to want it for themselves, and they have to be ready to get help. They have to. There's nothing at all anybody in the world can say or do to make somebody want to get and stay clean and sober. It's impossible. No other human has the power to stop another human when they're in the throes of addiction, alcoholism like that. It's just not. It's sad, but it's true. Um, I've been on both sides. I've been on all sides of the addiction alcoholism spectrum. One, I'm a recovering addict, as I said, so I've been on the aspect of being the actual person addicted. Uh, Two, I was a nurse 20 years. I minored in psychology. Um, but after I got out of rehab and stuff, like I worked with addicts, alcoholics, and their loved ones for years. Still do to this day. I run 3 recovery pages, 1 recovery group on Facebook. So to this day, I still work with them. So yeah, if you're a loved one of an addict, alcoholic, remember the 3 C's. You didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it. And that's facts. You can't. You can't. 98%, 98% of people who get clean, slash, and or whatever, sober, 98% relapse within the first 3 years. 98%. So, yeah, the odds are stacked against us. Very much so. But there's nothing anyone can do or say to make someone want to get and stay clean. Period. And it's the same with other mental illnesses like depression, bipolar, PTSD, anxiety, that kind of stuff. There's nothing you can do but pray for them. That's it. That's it. I have PTSD, depression, GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder, chronic panic disorder, OCD. Like, I got all that shit. I got chronic insomnia that's related to PTSD. I have flashbacks and nightmares. I mean, you know. But I see a psychiatrist. I see a therapist. I take my medicine as prescribed, non-narcotic. And it's still, to this day, I mean, it's still, there are some days that I want to, there's some days that I want to just feel numb and not feel anything, not feel any of that pain and grief. And that addiction part of my brain kicks in, and it's like, oh, just take one, just go get one and take one, you know, stuff like that. Just one ain't gonna hurt you. But I know that's a lie, because if I take one, then I'm going to eventually be taking 4, then 20, then 40, then, you know, goes on and on. As far as mental illness, seek help, man. There are more people out there than you realize that have some sort of mental illness or multiple mental illnesses. And mental illness is just as real as physical illness. Period. Just because you can't physically see it on someone's physical body does not mean it isn't real. It's mental, emotional. You get me on my soapbox, Steve-O. This is so true, though. This is so true. But yeah, you can't blame yourself if someone overdoses, if someone kills themselves, anything like that. RIP to anyone who ever has done that, and prayers to anyone who has loved ones who's lost their lives to addiction, alcoholism, suicide. Um, Unfortunately, like I said, there's just nothing you can do. All you can do is pray for that person, be there to love and support them, encourage them, let them know you believe in them. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. But what I was saying too, as far as I've been on all ends of the spectrum, I told you I'm a recovering addict. I was in active addiction for like 15, 16 years. I'll be clean 9 years in August. And then professionally as a nurse, I worked with addicts, alcoholics, and their loved ones. Still do. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I've been I have been the loved one of an addict, alcoholic. My big brother, my older brother, and he died from it. Alcohol killed him because he refused to get help. And then by the time he was ready to fight, it was too late. So yeah, this whole song is true.
To ask for help, cause we made a pact to tell each other fast when hell was closing in on us. But honestly, you probably felt too far gone, and now it's too late and there's people it's falling hard on. And I'ma have to carry the weight of my share of the blame for that every day for the rest of my life. And Jared, I pray that I never make a mistake again. I love you, I hope you're finally resting inside. I will be there when you call my name. I will walk you through the darkness you roam. And if you get lost, then I'll call your name. I will make sure you're not alone.
R.I.P. Jared. Prayers to his loved ones. The darker it gets, the harder it is to ask for help. Facts. Don't wait. Reach out. Be their light in the darkness. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't know if it was addiction or suicide, but I know it was one of the two. Rest in peace, Jared. Prayers to his loved ones and friends. And when I say loved ones, that includes friends for me. But Steve-O, you said this wasn't sad. It is sad. But I'm proud of myself. I didn't cry. I almost did, but I didn't. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was Jared's song, Sage. Still got about 15 seconds. Let me see if there's anything else left. If that's you in the darkness, there's someone who wants to be your light. Please ask. Absolutely. Absolutely. Reach out for help. There is no shame and nothing wrong in reaching out for help, y'all. At all. At all. Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. It shows your strength. True strength is having the ability to show your weaknesses. That's true strength. So again, Steve-O30, thank you for this request. Congrats on getting that song correct. That was Jared's song by Sage, A True Story. R.I.P. prayers. It's sad, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Y'all comment below anything you want to see me react to. Like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. I will provide the link to this in the description box below if you want to go check it out. Please subscribe to my channel, y'all. April G Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.